are selling to the world one brand name. So, to be correct, there is HERON 1, which is the company which supplies electricity, and which today is the largest independent supplier of electricity in Greece. Since January, we also supply natural gas to the liberalized market. And for that company, there are two shareholders, 50% Yekterna and 50% NG. HERON 2 is the producer of electricity. We have a production plant in Thiva, and in that company, 25% Yekterna, 25% Qatar Petroleum International, and 50% NG. Qatar Petroleum entered into the organization later in time because at that time they saw an opportunity in the Greek market, in the Greek energy market. I'm not sure we were able to meet those expectations because of the crisis again, but still the fact that they entered at that time and are still with us, it's a sign of let's say, confidence into the Greek energy market. What HERON 2 is doing is still operating very well. We are paying back the loans and the debts that were created in order to establish this investment. And we are utilizing the know-how of the shareholders in order to be able to operate as good as possible. So we are saying that this is a multinational environment with shareholders coming from abroad. When it comes to our two main shareholders, we are using their expertise and know-how in many parts of our daily activity. You have to think that Yekterna, for example, is the largest producer of renewables in Greece. So they have a huge exposure in renewables. NG is the largest producer and supplier of electricity in the world. They have lots of systems, applications, innovations, all that we needed here. So we don't need to reinvent the wheel. In many cases, when we think of something, we go back to NG and we ask their opinion, or the other way around. A lot of times NG comes to us and say, listen guys, we invested in that area, or we're doing this. You could copy us and do it also in Greece. Physically, also, we have people from both shareholders working in the company on a daily basis. So it's not just an abstract know-how, but we have, for example, the head of the plant in Thiva is coming from NG. The chairman of our company in HERON is coming from Terna. So we have people from both shareholders that help us a lot. Now, daily activities and what we do on a daily basis, it's the local team. But when it comes to strategic moves or decisions, of course, we always go back to the group and we ask the consultation. NG, for example, is working a lot these days on smart cities, on e-mobility. NG has bought last year the largest manufacturer of electric vehicle chargers in Europe. So we're trying to exploit that as well. Now, as HERON, we are also thinking what to do with electric mobility, what to do with smart parking, with car sharing, things you wouldn't expect from a traditional supplier. But the fact that we have a mother company which is so diverse in what it's doing, of course we are utilizing that to the maximum. We are exploiting the fact that Terna has a very big green energy production, and we're utilizing the energy certificates of Terna in order to back up our clients that require or want to show that the electricity that they are using is coming from green sources. My intention, or our intention, let's say, would be that all the electricity that we sell comes from it, is backed up by green energy certificates. So we are working on that, and we would like that to happen. Natural gas is a very important source of energy that becomes more and more important, not just because lignite will have to be discarded over the following years, but because also renewables kick in. And what renewables need, because they are unpredictable, they depend on the weather, and the weather cannot be predicted so easily. You need an alternative source of energy that will give you the flexibility to start and stop and provide the demand that you need when the renewables cannot fulfill their task. So Natural gas factories have this capability. We call it ramping, how easily you can start and stop, how easily you can give energy to the system, how easily you can balance the imbalances of the system. So not only lignite is falling, and that would require to be replaced by natural gas, but also the fact that renewables are growing, and we want them to grow even further, makes natural gas a very important element. A third element into the picture is also CO2 prices. CO2 prices have been growing significantly over the last few months and years. We expect them to grow even further. So that would make the production of electricity from lignite even more expensive, and would give the natural gas plants a better standing in the merit order. So we would be asked to contribute more into the energy mix, because we are a cheaper solution, given the fact that in terms of CO2 we are much less than lignite. All of these things show a very bright future for natural gas. We think it will be very important. It is already very important in the energy mix today. It will become even more important in the energy mix of the near future. We have to measure and think what would be the better solution for us if we want to further invest in energy production in Greece. We know this activity, we know this business, we're doing well, so it's a pity not to do more. Well, natural gas market was a monopoly until the end of last year. Actually, a monopoly per area. Now it's liberalized and everybody's selling everything. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do in order to differentiate yourself. So people or other companies are focusing mostly on price. Everybody's selling bundled services. This is good for the customer, because the customer will enjoy better prices, has already started enjoying better prices. We offer a bundle offer which is gives 30% discount into the market's bill. But you know, if you compete on price, then you also have a tendency to lose customers if somebody gives a little bit better price. So our intention is to couple that with value-added services that will enable customers to save energy. And although this may sound a little bit strange, because we make money out of selling energy, but at the same time we want our customers to save energy. But really we think that this is a way to keep our customers with us if they recognize and if they understand that our intention is not to get as much money as we can from them, but also to help them monitor and regulate, let's say, their expenses into a way which is profitable for them, but also profitable for us. So our intention is to focus on those two things, electricity and natural gas, in a way that will be win-win for the customers and for the company. Well, there is a fight now going on. There are a lot of companies in the electricity supply market competing. We are competing with each other in order to gain market share. Things are not moving so quickly as people would have thought, for several reasons. So the challenge for us is to make things move faster. We want to convince people that they have nothing to fear if they switch from the incumbent to a supplier like us. We provide, again, as in the case of natural gas, we provide cheaper invoices, we provide better customer service, we provide simplicity, e-bills, ability to control your bills through applications on your mobile, on your PC. So small add-ons that give you the comfort that you can control better your energy bills. Unfortunately, there are things which draw us back here. For example, there's no smart meters in Greece. We're trying to push the authorities to invest in that. I think it will happen. And that will bring also a new era on the additional services that we can bring to the customers. We have an advantage versus other suppliers, the fact that we also produce electricity. Electricity prices are not stable, it's a commodity. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. The good thing is that, and we sell a stable market and a stable price to our customers. So if our raw materials, if the electricity goes up, our margins fall in the supply, but our margins grow in the production, and the other way around. So we have this possibility by playing as a producer as well as a supplier to always be a healthy company and be able to treat our customers. That is not the case with most of our competitors who do not have a production element. They have higher risks to handle, and that is something that we always try to make the customers think when they make the choice. We want to be the brand of choice when it comes to electricity and natural gas. And how would you choose that? You would choose that because it provides a service which is better than anybody else. It provides a price which is affordable and fair for the customers. But also it provides the stability and the safety and the security that you need from a supplier which has two very strong parents, but also a production factory. But also the fact that HERON is investing back into the society, is giving back into the society, and would like to promote and help the society improve its well-being and its status. So we are a company that would like to be thought of as a company who is giving back. We think we have to return things back into the society, and we believe that it makes sense. We are now in a society that has different needs in many sectors. So why not utilize our strength and our power and our financial capabilities, but also our personal work, because we devote a lot of personal work in that, in bringing some good in the society. So what we decided, we found a very interesting startup coming from US, from a Greek guy in the US, who has developed a very interesting platform of donating energy. So we're starting up the equivalent platform here in Greece. We call it Share the Light. What happens with Share the Light? It's a kind of crowdfunding platform whereby people can go and donate energy to organizations on other people in need. How you donate energy? You donate some money, and that money transforms into electricity or natural gas for people or foundations in need. What HERON will be committed to do is not only advertise and push that marketing-wise, but also contribute in kind. So in some cases, double the donations that are there, or in some other cases, provide actually the electricity or the gas that is needed. So this is, I think, a very good initiative. We promote these cultural activities in the Stavros Niarchos Foundation Cultural Center, where we promote opera or shows, events for children in need, or the children of immigrant families, or children without parents. That we do as HERON, but also with the help of NG Foundation, which is a foundation of the mother company doing similar things. We are trying to think of initiatives which are original, but also have a specific meaning. It's not just, writing checks, because writing checks anybody can do. And we also put our personal work into that.